morning and welcome to our 2025 Harmony Assembly. I invite Amelia and Tyler to lead the acknowledgement of country.
Good morning. My name is Amelia Gillard and my family are from the Wiradjuri Nation.
Good morning. My name is Tyler Cummins and my family are too from the Wiradjuri Nation.
We are grateful to be invited to deliver today's acknowledgement of country as we celebrate Harmony Week here in the college.
I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we are meeting, the Darrell Nation. I pay my respects to the elders past, present and the Aboriginal elders of other communities who may be here today.
Harmony Week is a great opportunity to celebrate all cultures, connection and diversity. Our college celebrates diversity across both our junior and senior campuses, and we look forward to the display and acknowledgement of many other cultures that are shared here at St. Greg's.
We gather in the name of the Father, the Son and the Holy Spirit. Loving God, as all colours form one rainbow, so too many of the colours of the different cultures blend and merge in our families, our communities and throughout our world, through mutual respect and acceptance so that we may come together in true harmony. As pilgrims of hope, we seek to move forward with our hearts, embracing diversity as a source of strength, not division. Guide us to see your presence in all people and in all cultures, and may we be instruments of peace and unity, accompanying each other in faith towards a brighter future. Send us courage, we pray, O Lord, that we may follow your way closely. Drawing upon St. Paul's letter to the Colossians, we are encouraged as God's chosen people to clothe ourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness and patience. Bear with each other and forgive. Let the peace of Christ rule in our hearts and be thankful. St. Marcelin Champagne, Mary, God and Mother, and may we always remember.
Good morning and welcome, special guests, staff and students of St. Gregory's College. Harmony Day began in 1999 under the federal government of the time to promote a single unifying message of pride in our multiculturalism as a nation and in what it means to be an Australian, a part of our identity which we all share. In the 26 years since its conception, Harmony Day has become an annual celebration of the rich diversity that makes up this young country. And our college is a telling reminder of all the vibrant cultures that call this place home. And more than that, it is a reminder to not just be tolerant of others, but to be accepting of our differences, which are truly something to celebrate. While we gather here today to celebrate the diversity that as a community we are unapologetic and proud of, to me, what we are truly celebrating is our likeness. Although we all come from different cultures and corners of the world and hold different beliefs and worldviews, when you strip all of that away, we are all human, joined in dignity, indescribable value, and each made in the beauty and likeness of God. Let this day not just be a passing ritual, but a challenge for this next year, to really cultivate a family spirit that is grounded in inclusion, love, and a recognition of our own likeness as young men and staff journeying through this place. As a Catholic Marist school, we are called to love one another. It is perhaps the most important and at times difficult task that we have. The Gospel of John, addressing the early church community, emphasised this. Dear friends, let us love one another, for love comes from God. Everyone who loves has been born of God and knows God. Whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. Some 2,000 years later, this message still rings true. If you can, I invite you to cast your minds back to the start of the term, where some strange fellow got up here on stage and started talking about hard-boiled eggs and chocolate brownies. I called upon each and every one of you in this community to become pilgrims of hope. And you might wonder what this actually means. To be a pilgrim of hope is to lead by example. It is to look at the state of things around you and choose to act in a way that will inspire change and instill hope in others. To look beyond. In a world where all manner of division, whether it be racial, ideological, religious, and an us versus them mentality are rife, let us be pilgrims of hope by recognizing the likeness of ourselves and the people sitting next to you today. making them feel welcome and loved not in spite of their differences, but in a way which celebrates them. Whether it be thinking twice before making a cheap joke, inviting someone who you otherwise wouldn't to sit with you at lunch, or even just a friendly hello, we can each be pilgrims of hope. I invite all of you to be proud of who you are and where you come from, and I challenge you to help uphold this St. Greg's community where all are welcome. Happy Harmony Day, everyone.
Thank you, Dom, for your opening monologue. I hope everyone here today can hold on to your message of community, family, and live out the values of respect and dignity to all we encounter. We now welcome Mr. Humphreys and Mr. Pessa to introduce our next item this morning.
Harmony Week is a week where culture, unity and diversity are celebrated and acknowledged. Today, our First Nations young men and our Pacifica young men are coming together to share a celebration of culture and dance. Firstly, our junior First Nations boys will lead the performance with the Bulbul dance from the Dharawal language group, acknowledging the nations that surround these lands we all walk upon together. We will then be gifted a performance of the haka from our Pacifica group. Mr. Pessa will share a little of the connection of that performance.
Traditionally, the Māori haka was used as a war challenge or war cry to signal a war between men in tribal warfare, with threatening facial expressions and body movements to provoke fear in the opposition. Today, haka is not used for war, but in various occasions such as weddings, funerals, birthdays, and other celebratory events as a display of honour, respect, and pride to the Māori and Polynesian culture. The first haka being performed is the kamate, which celebrates the triumph of life over death, and it is a renowned feature globally in rugby union for the New Zealand All Blacks. The second haka has lyrics that reflect powerful cultural values, emphasising the different types of mana, power or authority, and unity for tangata moana, meaning people of the Pacific Ocean. The cultural items on display by the boys and myself represent a sense of cultural pride, common traditions and ancestry among the Māori and Pacific cultures.
In the spirit of Harmony Week and connection, the senior Pacifica boys will then join forces with our senior First Nations boys for a unified performance of the Unity Dance, a dance that is built on the foundations of First Nations knowledge and connection that is to be celebrated by all Australians. The boys from both groups will share acknowledgements in their home languages before they deliver their combined performance. I ask you hold any applause to the end of the last performance. I hope you
Naya Yanga Mudiga Darawo Ganagara Darek Darawo Bowo Bowo Naga I jump Naya Yanga Mudiga Darawo Ganagara Darek Darawo Bowo Naya Yanga Mudiga Darawo Ganagara Darek Darawo Bowo Bowo Naga I jump Naya Yanga Mudiga Darawo Ganagara Darek Darawo Bowo Naya Yanga Mudiga Darawo Ganagara Darek Darawo Bowo Bowo Naga I jump
Naru baru banu, umangi baru lanjaru. Nalga nara tengara, jugun migunu.
Pulvraka, yaya dongu kuptul kemba, matutaki ra, ela sangaga.
Komesa hu, etu manga anamo, te iwi no tanui, ate aroa. Ka kani tātea, I te kani kotahi.
Olo I noa moreko, o te whaatusalia ne nu o wasingangu. Ma upolu Samoa, ma tau te sesiva, ma le malosi.
Yai Galame, Nyani Yuji, Nyani Bau, Kami Lafi, Nyani Nya Eulogy, Nyani Ma Eulogy, Yo!
Thank you, Mr. Humphreys and Mr. Pezza, and all other teachers involved in preparing the students over many weeks of practice. A special congratulations to all boys involved this morning, especially to the boys who have taken the stage for first time ever. I'm confident that you are all very proud of being involved as we witness two cultures come together through dance and movement. I now would like to invite Mrs. Rodricks to present a personal recount of her cultural identity.
We are like a box of crayons. Each one of us is unique, but when we get together, a beautiful picture is complete. Good morning, special guest, dear staff, and dear students of St. Greg's. It is my pleasure to share with you my story of cultural diversity and harmony as we come together today to celebrate Harmony Day, a day that reminds us of the power of diversity and the importance of inclusion. It is time to recognize that no matter where we come from, we all belong. For me, this message is very personal. I come from a multicultural background. My mum is from a place called Goa in India. My dad is from Lisbon in Portugal. I was born there in Portugal, and growing up, I was exposed to different cultural traditions, languages, and ways of life, which taught me important lessons of respect and learning from different cultures. Being born in Lisbon, when I was 4 years old, my family moved to the Middle East. Obviously, Portugal is not a very rich place, and we all move in search of something. My family moved for better job opportunities. Having moved, I was sent to a convent, St. Paul's Convent in Portugal, so I stayed in Portugal for my studies. It was hard. I was in a boarding school, so I understand all our beautiful borders here. After my post-graduation, I had the privilege of joining my family in Dubai. I taught in Dubai. That was my first teaching gig in an international school. That is where I really saw students from all cultures. And I witnessed firsthand how harmony can thrive when people respect and learn from one another. One of the most important lessons from the Middle Eastern cultures is the deep-rooted value of hospitality, respect, and sense of community. It showed me that despite our differences in culture, understanding and mutual respect can bring people together in incredible ways. Having married to an Australian citizen whom I met in Dubai, I moved to Australia in 2006. No family from my side, new country, new place. I wanted to run back, but I met some really beautiful people here whom I call my family and my friends, who actually became my strength and gave me the courage to carry on. And I'm here till date. My first school, St. Patrick's College in Stratfield, became my immediate family. And now, since last year, I say I have a blended family, St. Greg's and St. Patrick's College. I felt that I belonged here from the very first day. And so I say, thank you. Thank you to all of you. I would like to share some few photos here now. That's my beautiful mum and my niece. You can see I'm a spitting image. This is my brother and his family who are in Dubai at the moment. That's them, their 40th wedding anniversary, which I miss all functions. And that's my brother in Portugal who's still there, enjoying life. That's him there at Fatima. We are very close to Fatima, the place where we live. And this is my family, my very first family in Australia, some of my close colleagues from St. Pat's in Stratfield. Well, as we celebrate Harmony Day, we also recognize that 2025 is a special year. The Catholic Church celebrates a Jubilee-themed Pilgrim of Hope. This is the year of renewal, reminding us that we are all on a journey towards unity, peace, and hope. As pilgrims of hope, we are called to embrace diversity, to stand up against division, and to build a world where kindness and inclusion lead the way. So today, let us ask ourselves, how can we, as pilgrims of hope, contribute to a more harmonious world? Well, it starts with small actions. Listening to others, standing up against discrimination, celebrating the richness of different cultures. This message of Harmony Day, everyone belongs, is a reminder that we all have a role in playing to make our community more inclusive. Harmony is not just about tolerating differences, it's also about embracing them, learning from them, and building bridges instead of walls. Together, let us create communities where everyone feels valued, where diversity is not just accepted but celebrated, and where hope leads forward. Have a wonderful Harmony Day.
Thank you, Mrs. Rodrigues, for sharing your story with our college community. We really appreciate it. At St. Greg's, we have many students from different cultural backgrounds, all living in harmony as one. As some of us have parents from 2 different cultural backgrounds, making our diversity very unique. An example of this is Naka and Rasheen Fashayan from our junior school, whose mother is Irish and their father is from Nigeria. I now invite sisters Naka and Rasheen, who will be performing an Irish dance.
Thank you, girls. What an amazing talent. The theme for Harmony Day this year is We All Play a Part. Australia has a diverse multicultural landscape. People from all over the world call Australia home. It is important that we all play a part in understanding others by learning about different cultures, rituals, traditions, and religions. To understand this more, I'd like to invite Harry Smith of Year 8 to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Harry Smith, and I'm proud to stand before you to celebrate Harmony Day. I feel incredibly fortunate to come from a rich and diverse background. My dad is an Aussie with Irish ancestry, born and raised here in Australia, while my mum is Punjabi, born and raised in India. Considering I inherited genes from my dad, it's no surprise that I love footy and follow the South Sydney Rabbitohs. I've had the privilege of visiting India 3 times since I was born. My first visit was when I was just 8 months old, and although I stayed there for a month, I unfortunately don't have any pictures to share as the laptop with those memories is broken. My most recent visit was in 2023, where I had the amazing opportunity to reconnect with my mum's side of the family. In India, I experienced the vibrant culture, delicious food, and of course, cricket, my favourite sport. I even managed to find a McDonald's there, though the food was spicy to suit the Indian taste. But I still enjoyed it very much and made my grandpa order it online for me a few times. I had a great time playing cricket with the local boys who live in my Nanu's grandpa apartment complex. They would come knocking on the door, ready to take me to play, which was such a fun and unique experience. One of my cousins even stayed overnight with me, and I was extremely upset when it was time to leave India. When I started at St Gregory's College last year in 2024, I was asked a lot of questions like what religion I follow and what I wear on my head. These questions reflected curiosity, and instead of feeling different, it made me feel comfortable and allowed me to ask similar questions about others. It opened doors to learning about each other's backgrounds, experiences, and values. The teachers at St Greg's are also very supportive and often stop to have a chat with the students. I believe that a simple conversation can make a big difference in making people feel accepted and valued. Harmony Day is all about celebrating diversity and inclusiveness, and I'm proud to be a part of a school that truly embraces that. I've always felt welcomed and included in our St Greg's community, even as the only Punjabi boy who wears a turban. My turban is a symbol of strength, equality, courage, and unity, and I wear it with pride. I'm grateful for the friendships I've built and the support I received here. It's these little moments of kindness and connection that make me feel that I belong. Thank you all for listening to my story today. Let's continue to embrace and celebrate cultural differences, not just on Harmony Day, but every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Harry, for sharing your story with our college community. I hope Harry's presentation this morning has given everyone a better understanding of his background, as we all have a part to play in embracing diversity. As you can see around the hall, we have many flags of different countries representing our multicultural community here at the college. The flags are a symbol of our shared commitment to unity, peace, respect for all people, no matter their background. It reminds us that we are stronger when we stand together, celebrating the diversity that makes our world so beautiful. Our flag not only represents a country, but also an understanding of unique customs, traditions that have been passed down from generation to generation. The flags in this hall stand together side by side. As we sit in this hall side by side, we must never forget we are all equal. We are all unique. Let us take a moment to gaze up to the flags in the hall and think about the role we play in making our school community a place where everyone feels welcome, heard, and valued. Last week, our Year 12 students took the opportunity to speak to students in both the junior school and senior school about their cultural heritage and backgrounds. Let's take a look.
How's it going? We've got a bit of audience going on here, but should be sweet. So can you say something in your national language?
Grand Mushko. Sabadi. मेरा नाम आनंद खान है और मैं क्रिकेट में बहुत नहीं अच्छा हूँ.
Okay, we're here with Mr. Brennan, and we're just going to ask him a question about his cultural background and heritage. So, sir, if just say your cultural background is Irish, is that correct?
Definitely.
If Ireland was to play Australia in the rugby union, who would you barrack for and why?
I would absolutely barrack for Australia. I've always got a soft spot for Ireland, and if Ireland are playing anybody other than Australia, you'll always see me in proud Irish green, but certainly Wallabies all the way.
So what are all your guys' names?
My name's Giselle. My name's Poppy. My name's Lucia. My name's Ilaria.
And what's your cultural background?
Italian. Maltese and Italian. Burmese and Greek. Fiji and
Cool.
Okay, we're here with Mr. Bombardieri in his office, and we're going to ask him the same question. Mr. Bombardieri, your cultural background?
I'm Italian, Southern Italian.
Excellent. If I was to ask you a question about, say, Italy was to play Australia in the Soccer World Cup, who would you go for and why?
Oh, look, that's a no-brainer. Australia every time for me. Although my heart is often with Italy in the soccer, it's got to be with Australia.
Thank you.
All right, hey guys, I'm with Jeremy, and I just have a few questions to ask you.
Yeah.
So, what is your cultural background?
I'm from Ghana.
Ghana.
Yeah.
And that is in
Africa. Yeah.
Africa.
Yeah.
What's the native language in Ghana?
It's called Twi. So TWI.
TWI,
Yeah.
Twi.
Yeah.
Can you say something in Twi for me?
Etiseng. That means hello in my language.
Hello.
Yeah,
All
hello.
right, Etiseng Jeremy.
Hello. To
All
you
right,
too,
and I
bro.
have one more question for you.
Yeah.
So, if Ghana, hypothetically speaking, if Ghana was to play Australia at the Football World Cup, who
Yeah.
would you support? And why?
Ghana, obviously. We're
Ghana.
gonna smash them
And why
any
is
that
that?
week. Because we're strong like that. We win
do you,
everything.
Do you see yourself as an Australian at the same time too?
No. I would never call myself an Australian. I'm
Okay.
straight Ghanaian.
Okay. All right.
Alright, so we're here with year 3. What are all your names?
Silvana. Evie Rose. Isabella. Ella.
Nice. And what are your guys' cultural background?
America. Fiji. Oh my god. Australian and Italian. And Hindi. Fijian and Australia.
What's the favourite thing about your culture?
The food. The food. I don't know.
Sure.
I'm not sure.
And if all your cultures were versing in a game against Australia, who would you guys support?
Australia. 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 Indian.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Okay, we're here with Miss Vallis now. We're going to ask her a question about your cultural background.
Yep.
What is it?
So I'm obviously Australian because I was born here, and that's who I obviously affiliate with the most. But my background is my mum's German and my dad's Croatian, so a bit of a mixed breed, I guess.
So which culture do you identify more at home from your own upbringing? Is it the Croatian culture, the German culture? Which one's the stronger one in terms of growing up?
It was a hard one because they're mixed and obviously two different European backgrounds. It made it really difficult. So Australia was, because both my parents came when they were quite young, so they both sound quite Australian. So we're more Aussie than we are European, with a lot of the European cultures and responsibilities to family and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, Aussie.
Excellent, thank you.
Hey mate, what's your name?
My name's Nah.
Nah.
Niall.
Niall.
Yeah,
And
Niall.
what background are you?
My mom's Sri Lankan and my dad's African American.
Okay. All right. So a bit of a mix there.
Yeah.
So given that you have two different cultural backgrounds, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
If Australia was playing Sri Lanka in the cricket, who would you support?
Australia.
Australia, and why?
Because I don't really mess with Sri Lanka.
But you're Sri Lankan.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Today I'm here with the junior school, so what are all your guys' names?
My name is Yernim.
My name is Andrew.
My name is Hunter.
Alia.
My name is Scarlett.
My name is Zara. My name's Alessia. My name's Zara. My name's Elena.
And what country do all you guys come from?
I come from the Philippines. Australia and Italian. I'm Australian and Italian. I'm Maltese and Italian.
Australian and Italian.
Australia and Maltese.
Australia.
Ireland and Scotland.
Croatia and Australia.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Who am I here with?
Jordan Breyer.
Whereabouts are you from and what's your cultural background?
So I'm a proud Gamilaroi man from Canberra, New South Wales.
What's your favourite thing about your culture?
That I get to learn more about it from other people's. I get to teach younger kids about dance, songs, arts, and other things. And yeah.
So if All Stars are playing Australia in the finals, who are you backing?
All Stars.
Okay, we're here with Mr. Gaspy. Just a quick question about your cultural background. Obviously, Filipino background.
100%.
But my question to you is, if the Philippines were playing Australia, say in the basketball, or say in the soccer,
We've done that before, haven't
who would you go for and why?
Oh,
Not a tough question.
I think it's. I would just go for Australia, but
why?
Oh, because I was born here, bred here. You know?
Okay, cool.
Grew up with the Australian friends, Australian culture. But in the back of my mind, if the Philos won, like Philippines,
Fantastic.
Philippines.
What's your name?
Archie Gay.
And what's your culture?
I'm Irish.
What's the national animal for your country?
The mountain hare.
And who's your favourite Irish sportsman?
Conor McGregor.
What are the colours of your flag?
Orange, white, and green.
Do you know any Irish dancers?
Nah. There is the tap dance.
Show us it.
Do you boys want to join me?
So today I'm here with
Ryan McKander.
now what's your cultural background?
I'm an Australian.
Now say something in your language.
Hey, yo, mate. Shrimp on the barbie, mate.
We are excited to now invite the junior school on the stage for a beautiful musical performance. They will be performing A Cloudy Day by Tones and I. This song speaks to the ups and downs we all face and how we can find hope even on the cloudiest of days.
Thank you to our junior school performance. We will now call Mr. Brennan for the final address.
Well, good morning to Reverend Brothers, represented by Brother Ernest, to our special guests from AIEF, and also to our many parents who've been able to join us, to the staff of the college, and to both our senior and junior students. What a fantastic celebration of Harmony Day we've had today. As I was sitting with the students watching the assembly, reflecting on the number of years that we've had this and the different themes, I go very difficult to go past the eclectic mix of celebrations that we had here this morning. And I do want to start by congratulating, thanking anybody who is involved, be it our younger students, to our staff members that spoke, to the organisers, to the people recording, to people setting up. It is such an important day in our nation's calendar. I'm just going to ask you two quick questions. Put your hand up, please, if you were born in Australia. A lot of people. Okay, this is for everybody. Leave your hands up. Leave your hands up if both your parents were born in Australia. Okay, hands down, thank you. So there was a study came out only recently that for the first time in Australia's history, people who were born in this country and both parents born in the country are now in a minority. So there are more people living in Australia, either them or their parents were born outside of Australia, than those who were born in, which is quite an incredible statistic. And it's shifted dramatically in the last 10 to 15 years. Today there are over 300 countries that make up Australia. And to me, that's Australia's greatest strength. You can put a negative hat on and say, yeah, that's great, but there's still racism in this country. There is still sexism in this country. It isn't a harmonious country. But you can take that hat off and put the positive hat on, and that's the hat I much prefer to be wearing, and saying the fact that we call it out, the fact that we don't accept some of the things that have been happening recently in Sydney and Melbourne, the fact that we don't accept some of the behaviours of some of our men, and I intentionally use men as the example there. The fact that as a country we call this out, and we call it out regularly, says that we are a great country. And interestingly, the world looks at us because we are the most multicultural country in the world. And that's not something I'm making up. That is another thing that came out of this study that I was reading some months ago. So you are part of this eclectic mix, which is more different than any other country in the world. And that is something that we really do genuinely need to celebrate. When we look at human behaviours, I firmly believe that humans are good people, that as a species we want good, that we are kind people. One of the great highlights of my week is when I get a random email from a member of the public saying a boy or a girl from St Greg's did this for me today. So kindness is a part of who we are. And Harmony Day should be about kindness. And it should be about doing things for others. It's not always about smoking the peace pipe, about making up with people. But strangers can be kind. And when I get these emails from families, or not families, from members of the public talking about you, they don't know you, but you did something kind for them. There's a great American lecturer, and his name is Samuel Jackson, around 250 years ago, and he made a statement that is never more true than today. And that is this, that kindness is in our power, even when fondness isn't. So we break that down in simple terms at St Greg's. It's a case of you don't have to like everybody, you don't have to be best friends with everybody, but you can still be kind to everybody. And it's a challenge today, and as a number of people have spoken about, it can't be about an assembly today. It needs to be far wider than that, and it needs to be far more reaching than that. That we can be, as I've said many times, as a society, St Greg's is a small part of it, a microculture of it. But we can be countercultural, and we can be kind, even to people we don't know. Interestingly, the number one public health issue in this country at the moment is social isolation. And 25% of households in Australia at the moment have one person living in it. So we need to accept and really celebrate that you come to a community every day of almost 2,000 people that you can interact with socially, you can interact with personally, and face to face. Another interesting stat, there are more pets in Australia now than there are humans. There are 29 million pets and 27 million humans. Again, that's saying that there is this loneliness in society. But on Harmony Day, we need to recognise that, and we need to be kind. Said, don't have to be best friends with everybody, but we do need to be kind. We talk about a St Greg's handshake, and I'll finish up now, conscious of time. But we expect boys and girls to look each other in the eye, to shake hands when you're meeting with somebody. And interestingly, that's grounded in science. There's a hormone that's released, or an oxytocin released when you're shaking hands, when you're looking somebody in the eye. And there's a mechanism that you feel safe, that you feel recognised when someone takes the time to shake your hand. So the challenge I have for you today is to shake, and don't do this silly, but be genuine about it and be kind about it. Doesn't always have to be fondness, as I said. But shake the hand of 5 people today at school. Whether they're your friends, whether they're teachers, look them in the eye and just say hello. That ripple effect will have a significant impact on our community, and it's one of the reasons why I encourage you all the time, when you are greeting to people, to look them in the eye, to shake their hand. We call it the Greg's handshake, or someone else has called it to me recently. But it is important, and kindness is important. Two final announcements in closing. Obviously, the weather is supposed to get worse as the day goes on with rain, so we've made the decision that the junior school assembly, this is for the parents of the junior school, won't go ahead today. But instead, this assembly is being recorded and will be up on our YouTube channel. And given our junior school, who were supposed to be here today, couldn't get here across because of the weather, they'll be watching that instead this afternoon after lunch before they go home. So the assembly won't be going on in the junior school. And then finally, in the spirit of Harmony today, we've got a couple of people whose birthdays it is today, but in a very special way, our Director of Students, Mr Vetrano, who's put together this assembly. We won't give away his age, but it's his birthday today. And in this sense of harmony, I'd invite Mr Baldino Vetrano to come forward, not that he knows I'm doing this, and we might all sing happy birthday. So, I don't know who wants to start us off, but if somebody, in fact I'll start us off, but as a school, as loud and as proud as we can, to our Director of Students, Mr Vetrano. Let's go. Happy birthday. Wasn't done well, but the spirit was there, so happy birthday to Mr Vetrano. So just in closing,